Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is John Filippi. Tonight I will go over the Thursday night webinar presentation that we do every Thursday night. We do these webinars every Thursday night just to show everybody out there that we have a real opportunity where you can make some really good money. We work with major corporations that are paying us daily to work from home to market their services. So I know there's a lot of stuff on the internet. You guys might have got an email to come here. You might have seen something on Facebook, Craigslist, whatever the case may be, and you might be wondering if this is real, and that's why we do these every Thursday night to let you guys know absolutely 100% that this is real and that we have people that are currently working with our team that are making money every day, every other day, once every couple of weeks, whatever the case may be. It's really what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it, okay? So if you are someone that's in need of fast cash, well, this is probably one of the fastest ways you can get paid on the internet by far, okay? If you work a job and you find a job today, tomorrow you're not going to see your first paycheck for the next, couple of weeks or so. They usually hold that first paycheck back. But with our company, they actually pay us on a daily basis. So we're going to go over that as well. So I want to welcome everybody for coming. And every Thursday night, we also do a drawing. So what happens is everybody that is on the webinar will have an opportunity to walk away with the 21 lucky person will have the chance to walk away with winning a $20 prepaid card. Okay, so we do this every Thursday. So if you hang around to the end of the webinar, okay, we're just going to need your name and who brought you to the webinar, how you got here. And then we do a drawing, we pick a name out of a hat, and somebody will walk away with a $20 prepaid card. Obviously, it will be sent to your residence. So definitely hang around for that, but hopefully you're not here just for a measly $20. Hopefully you're here to learn how you could make a legit income working from home, okay? So let's proceed. Okay, so once again, my name is John Filippi. I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm in Oceanside. I'm about 35 minutes, 40 minutes away from New York City. And basically, I've always been gainfully employed, working, 9 to 5 jobs, like, pretty much the rest of the world, Never seen a day at college. I always, I was never like a big school person. I just barely made out of high school. So I just went right into, looking for jobs. Like I've worked at offices. I've done telemarketing, customer service. I've done sales, stuff like that. So pretty much anything that had to do with, being in an office, sitting at a desk and, getting paid a 9 to 5 salary. Sometimes I get a little commission or whatever the case may be, Until January of 2011, I was actually laid off from my 9 to 5 job, okay, a little bit after the New Year's, okay, so that was kind of rough, but the thing was with me, I was always able to find work, so I was like, you know what, yeah, it sucks, but I'll be able to find a job because I was always able to find work, Until, in 2011, it was rough. The economy was pretty bad, and I wasn't able to really find much. I was looking around. And then I came across a work-from-home opportunity, And, I clicked on a link. I watched the video, just like a lot of people out there. They see these work-from-home opportunities, and then you watch a video and all this stuff. But there was something about this opportunity that, just made me have to stop for a second and be like, wow, this looks pretty interesting. I actually called over my fiance a couple of times, and I was like, sit down, watch this with me, I think this looks good. It looks pretty legit, And she's like, you sure? I don't know, I was like, yeah, So I, did some research, looked into everything, and pretty much got started that very same day, And, being the fact that my back was against the walls and the bills were stacking up and, I have 2 children and something had to give, I got started that same day. So by getting started, I just followed, some simple training that was on that site, and I was actually able to generate money within, my first 24 hours or so. Actually the money was in my account within 48 hours. Okay, so that kind of motivated me. That I was like, wow, this is great. This could be some really good, extra money. I still looked for work. I still continued out there looking for work. Wasn't able to find anything. Came home, was working this, posting ads, doing stuff from the little training they had, making some more money, looking for work, But by doing this more at home, I was able to, crank this out. I think my first week I made a couple $100. Second week got a little better, and then there was one week, I think it was my 6th week in, as I was looking for work and doing this, part time. I was able to generate about $1,500 in a week. So from that point on, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to look for work anymore. I'm going to focus on this. Okay. So, and that's what I did. I focused on this, and, I just hit 4 years of working from home successfully, and it's been a blessing. It's been a real blessing because I've been able to, hit the 6-figure mark, And the thing is, this is by far, no way a get-rich-quick, okay? But if you put in the work, you can make some really good money. So my first year I started, like I said, 2011, and I started in March, so it wasn't even a full year, okay? And I made about $37,000, okay? Second year, 2012, I did over $50,000. And then 2013 was my breakout year where I did over $100,000. And then 2014, the same thing, did over $100,000. Okay, so to be able to, go from working a 9-to-5 job to, breaking, hitting 6 figures is definitely a life-changing opportunity. Okay, and this was all done from the comfort of my own home, all legit, working with real companies, not taking money from people, not like, pressuring people, not having to sign up my friends and family, not having to, sell these products from my house and keep a bunch of stuff, stashed and try to, mail stuff. No stuff in envelopes, no Amway, none of that. Okay? None of that. All just from sitting home on my computer, working it, staying consistent with it, and able to generate 6 figures. Okay? So it's been a blessing. So what I wanted to do after being able to reach that amount, hit 6 figures, I wanted to show others how they can do the same. Okay? Because the thing is, honestly, the reason why I was able to hit 6 figures is because we were able to create a system, okay, to show others how they can do the same, how they can generate cash on the internet, okay? So I got together with a few people that helped me, and we all worked together, and we created a system called the Key Marketing Network System, okay, which is basically a system that duplicates, that shows you exactly what I was able to do, what I'm able to teach people in order to make money from the comfort of their own home. Okay, it's all duplication. If you do what I do, okay, you could see similar results. If you have a computer, you have internet, you know how to copy and paste, basic computer skills, you can make money with this. Okay, and you can make money within the next 24 to 48 hours. Okay, because our company pays us daily. Okay, sometimes even the same day. Last week when I did the webinar, I showed some payments that was paid out to me the very same night. Okay, I didn't have a time to upload any recent payments that came in, but I'm earning on average about $300 a day on average. So you do the math, $300 a day or so, about $9,000. One of my biggest months was 11, but that's over $100,000 a year. And it's really not that hard. It's only really getting 3 people to go to our site and complete, products and services, trial offers from our Fortune 500 company's website. 3 people. And you can do that. I can show you how to do it. It's a numbers game, of course. Okay? But if you put in the work, and it's well worth it, because people sometimes are lazy. And they're like, oh, you made $100,000? But how much time did you put in? Does it matter? You know what I mean? If I tell you, hey, you know what? and I know people that work sometimes 12, 13-hour days, and they walk away with maybe $400 a week. If I tell you, hey, in the beginning, and I'm going to be honest because, I was looking for work. I didn't have work, okay? All I was doing is sitting home doing this, and I was doing it for 8 to 10 hours a day. But guess what? I'm doing it from the comfort of my home. So when someone says, oh, you made $100,000, but how much time did you put in? Does it matter? I made $100,000. You know what I'm saying? So if you work at a job and you work your tail off, you're not going to get more than what your salary is or what you're getting paid per hour. Any successful person will tell you in the beginning they work their tails off. Okay, anybody, ask any successful person, someone that's made six figures, that made millions of dollars. Donald Trump, Bill Gates. You think these people just became billionaires overnight? No, they worked and worked sleepless nights in order to be able to be successful like that. So when someone tells me, well, how many hours did you put in? Does it matter? So that's the thing. But honestly, now that, after doing this for 4 years and knowing how to automate the system more and I built up a pretty decent size list, I really only do about 3 to 5 hours of real work, and the rest may be just, when I do these webinars at night, stuff like that, maybe help some people get set up. But most of my work is done during the day. I wake up whenever I want, obviously. I do my marketing, and then I do, I communicate with people that follow up with me or I follow up with them. Get my 3, and I'm good. And then I just go off and try to help others do the same. So definitely a great opportunity, folks. So after building the system, we were able to show others how to do the same. I have people that I've helped make anywhere from $100 to about $100,000 or more. Okay, and it's putting in the work. The go-getters are the ones that are going to make the money. Okay, I have people, that make $200 or $300 a week and they're happy, and then I have people that are making $200 or $300 a day and they're happy. So it's really, what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. Okay, so if you really work it, you could do good and make some good money. Okay, so let's see who's actually on. I wanted to actually bring out some members so they could talk a little bit about their experience. So let me see who actually, I see Nikel is on. I don't know if Michael, I didn't hear Michael yet. So anybody that wants to come out, Nikel, you could come out real quick if you have a mic. So not sure if you do, but if you do, let me know. If not, I'll unmute your line. Let me see. Hold on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. All
right, awesome.
So, Nikel, man, you've been an entrepreneur for a while, probably longer than me. But you've been through your ups and downs with it, and seems now that you got a little steady flow going. And just share a little bit with everybody your experience with working with the key marketing and stuff, and working from home in general.
Yeah, working from home is cool. I wouldn't have it any other way. I ran into John in Washington, D.C., and I was vibing with him on a similar opportunity, and he presented me with this, and I was like, okay, this would be a cool little thing to do in my arsenal, and I'm loving the community and everything we got going on with inside the network. It's a cool, and John, he's a awesome mentor, so I would like to give him a pat on the back for that, for holding us down and pulling all this the ZNZ thing together. Yep, that's about it.
No doubt. Cool. Yeah, man. So, the thing is, like you said, you wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't either. I mean, the thing with me was, like, I'll never go back to working a 9-to-5 job. You know what I mean? Even if things were not to go well, I would never go back to a 9-to-5 job. No, just knowing how much money that could be made on the internet, you know what I'm saying? I would never go back to a job. You know what I mean? Because there's so much money being people don't realize how much money is being made on the internet. And I would never work a job. I'd only work an opportunity. You know. So if there's anyone else, real quick, we'll bring out a couple more people, and then we'll continue on. Let everybody know how they can get started and what this is all about. I don't know if Michael, if you're there. You guys, anyone that wants to come out, just hit *6 real quick. That'll unmute your line. Make sure everybody figure it out. I think they might be blocked. Okay, let me try to unmute the lines here. So, well, anyone, I'm going to continue on. If anybody wants to come on, just let me know, *6. So we'll proceed because I know Michael is not here yet. So we'll have a lot of things going on. So, all right, so I'm going to continue on. So more about the company. The company's called ZNZ. It's our parent company. That's the parent company that pays us, better known as ZNZ. And ZNZ has been around since 2007. So they're not a fly-by-night company. If you look at a lot of these work-from-home opportunities, they come out, they're around for 6 months to a year, and then they're gone, you know, and all the people at the top made money and hip, hip, hooray, and then they move on to another company, all right? So ZNZ's been around. They're not a fly-by-night. They've been around since 2007. And, you know, the thing with ZNZ and, you know, like, you know, people talk about, like, pyramids and stuff like that, you know. This is by far a pyramid because, first of all, we all get paid from ZNZ the same. So it doesn't matter if, you know, me, Nikel, you know, if Nikel brings in, you know, drives traffic to the site and he gets, you know, 5 people to complete trial offers and I only got 2, well, Nikel made more money than me. You know what I mean? If someone that joins us today and starts working tomorrow and they bring in like 2 people, well, they made more than me, okay? And when I say bring in, I mean just driving traffic to the site and having people do trial offers because that's what we do. We actually, ZNZ works alongside major Fortune 500 companies. These are big-name companies, okay? Big-name companies that are not involved in scams, not involved in pyramid schemes or anything like that, okay? I don't think Netflix, CreditReport.com, Gamefly, GoDaddy, even companies like Disney Books works alongside with ZNZ. You know, a lot of big companies, okay? So what ZNZ does and what these Fortune 500 companies are doing is they're actually paying us to work from home to market their services. So what we're doing is we're driving traffic to their site. When somebody tries their products and services, we get paid for it. Okay, so these companies spend millions on advertising. Some of them have even spent, you know, $3.5 million or more on Super Bowl advertisements, those big commercials that you see on the Super Bowls. You know, 30 seconds, $3.5 million gone, you know. And it's not like they're seeing the same results that, you know, they used to see 10, 15 years ago. You know, with television now, the technology is moving so fast, people now have the ability to skip, you know, pause live TV, fast forward, rewind, you know, all that stuff. So that kind of hurts their advertising budget, you know. When somebody skips their commercials. That's why they're leaning a lot towards the internet and they're looking for people that, hey, you want to make money from home? You know, we'll pay you pretty handsomely if you drive traffic to our site and get people to try our products and services. Okay? So it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper for them to pay us than to, you know, continue to dump, you know, millions of dollars on stuff that's not working like it used to. Okay, so they're taking their advertising budget. You know, they're still going to do commercials, of course, but they're taking their advertising budget now and they're putting it towards some of it towards the internet. You know, people that want to work from home. All right, so I'm going to explain to you what you would be doing, which is pretty easy, pretty simple stuff. Like I said, if you have a computer, you have internet, a laptop, okay. And you could simply do this by what you would be doing is simply placing pre-written ads okay, driving traffic to our Fortune 500 company's website, okay? So placing ads on free classified sites, we use social media, we do email marketing, okay? We're on YouTube, blogging. I mean, all different ways, and this is taught in our training, and we have, mentors and all the people that come on that share, tactics and training and all this other stuff, okay? But if you know how to copy and paste, you can get up and running and going as soon as today, okay? So when I said before, when we drive traffic to the site and someone tries their products and services, we're getting paid for it, okay? Trying their services, which is, it could be something that's free, like a free trial, okay? They could do a low-cost trial. They could get like a sample and get it for free, but they just pay for the shipping, like a $2 shipping, stuff like that, okay? But the beauty of it is as soon as those people complete their trial offers, the requirements that are needed, okay, everything goes through, the person wasn't put in fake information, and we get paid that very next morning or sometimes even the same day, okay? But no longer than 36 hours, which I haven't seen that in a long time. It's always been, I think this morning I was paid out, actually they paid at 12 a.m. 12 a.m. this morning, which was last night, but 12 a.m. So they pay very quickly. So like I was saying earlier, if you're someone that's in need of money, you got a bill coming up, cell phone's about to get cut off, maybe repossession of a car, you need to get a payment, then you might want to definitely consider getting started today, okay? Because if you get started today and you start your marketing, you start getting everything up and running, you could possibly make some money by tomorrow, by the weekend, okay? So what do we get paid? We're getting paid roughly now about $100 per person, a little more than $100 per person. One person, that's right. One person goes to the site, they complete the steps, the trial offers, they get their requirements met, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. You're going to get paid out over $100. Okay, so if you're getting one a day, you don't need a job because there's no job right now that's paying over $3,000 a month. Most people make, $400 a week at a 9-to-5 job, if that, sometimes maybe $500. $400 a week, that's $1,600 a month. So if you're getting one a day, I think you're good. I don't think you're going to need a job. All right? Even if you get one every other day, that's close to $1,600. Okay? $112 a day. Okay? You do it every other day, you still probably, that's probably what a person, average person that works a full 8-hour day would make. Okay? Now, after working it and if you're a go-getter and you really get this going, you could get yourself up to, 3 a day. Now you're looking at a 6-figure income, So it's very possible. If you put in the work, and there's people that are doing it that I've seen do it, help do it, very possible, okay? But, I'm teaching a lot of people how to at least get themselves up to $100 a day, at least. Okay, or every other day, and then within 30, 60 days of really doing this, then, you should be at about $100 a day or so, okay? So how do we get paid? ZNZ pays us through PayPal. It's the quickest way. PayPal is free. There's no monthly fees. There's no overdraft fees or anything like that. You get a PayPal debit card, which you can get the funds instantly. Okay, so instead of transfer it to your bank account, you could get it done instantly. You could get the money instantly through the PayPal debit card. You just shoot over to an ATM, get that money out. Whatever there is an ATM fee, whatever the ATM charges, but you get that money out instantly. You could also get a check. So if you want to get that old-fashioned way of getting paid, I don't even know. I get checks with the residual companies, but, it's so weird because, I don't really, it's been so long since I've actually got, a payroll check because I don't work a 9-to-5 job. I write my own checks, I make my own cash, actually, So, and PayZF, anyone that's in Canada or the UK, anyone that's, out of the U.S. So I'm going to show you guys how to get started. I don't know if anybody else has any questions real quick. If you do, let me know real quick. Star 6 on your telephone keypad or unmute your line.
Hi, John.
Yes.
I've started, but I'm stuck on a few things, and that's through my AWeber.
Okay. Well, tonight is not training because if we go AWeber, we'll go over an hour. So we're gonna what I would do. No problem. What I would do is Tuesday is our training, so definitely be there. But what I would do is if you can go back to the third video and watch that video carefully, because it does show you step by step. It's pretty much like I'm in your house showing you how to do it. I did, obviously I did the video myself. If you're still getting stuck with it, and who's your sponsor?
Nikel.
Nikel, okay. You can get back with Nikel. He'll set up a three-way with myself, and we'll get you going with the AWeber. Okay. We can't. No problem. We can't discuss it right now because I don't want to keep the call for longer than an hour. So,
yeah.
All right. There he is. Nikel, yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, we'll definitely help get you going with that. So welcome to the team, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, anything else pertaining to getting started with ZNZ or anything like that? Because I'm gonna go over and show you guys what you need to do to get started, anyways. But anything else? Okay. All right, so let me proceed. I will definitely and hang around, guys, because at the end we're gonna do the drawing. So like I said earlier, hopefully you're not here for a measly $20 because you can make a lot more than that. So definitely take action tonight. So let me proceed. So let me show you guys a couple of things too. We have a Facebook group. Okay, we have a private Facebook group. It's a closed group. So those of you that are not big on Facebook and I don't like Facebook. Well, once you join our group, it's private, so nobody's going to see what you post. We pretty much post just, motivational stuff. We help each other out, proof payments, all good stuff like that. So we got about 2,300 members in here. Okay, we're pretty much growing every day. We welcome new members to the team all the time. Here's Yvonne Rose. She just posted one of her payments that she got. We did a webinar last week, a Google Hangout. Somebody won $25. Actually, Yvonne won $25. Question. So this is our group. So it's a great group. We're here to help anybody, and we got people from all over the country here. So it doesn't matter where you're at. It could be 1 o'clock in the morning and you need a question answered. You can just pop on here, and most likely somebody that's available will get back to you and answer your question. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys the group, okay, and you'll be added to this group after you get everything set up, okay. So I want to show you that, and let me show you. See if I can pull up the. Hold on. Let me show you the ZNZ Proof Gallery. The ZNZ Proof Gallery is basically where people that are working ZNZ opportunities post their proof payments, Because ZNZ, and just like us, we want to show everybody that this is real. So they have a gallery where people post their proof payments, and they also have a raffle, too. People that post their proof payments can win $25. Okay, so here's the gallery, and there's, tons and tons and tons of proof payments here that people post when they get a payment. So you can see, people posting. Samantha, another payment from ZNZ. Thanks again to give me a chance to stay home with my son. So, we have a lot of stay-at-home moms that are here. She's got a payment, $37. Even if you're doing, the ZNZ too, $37 a day, still good money for people. Here's Dawn. She posted out here. She got $150 paid out. See, this is, can't make this stuff up. This is PayPal. This is the payment. It goes into the account. So a lot of stuff here. This person got a $75 PayPal payment. Okay, so $75 a day, 100 a day, 200 a day. I mean, this all adds up, folks. You can make some really, really good money. So I wanted to show you that. So let me show you what you need to do to get started, actually. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the person that brought you here, go back to their email, or if it was a post on Facebook, or it might even been a text message. Just go back and get the person's link, okay, because when you get their link, it's going to bring you to a similar page like this, okay? There's going to be a video presentation. You can watch it if you want, but I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to get started. So you'll click on step 1, okay? Clicking step 1 is going to bring you to our parent company's website, ZNZ. It's going to say ZNZ2 on the top left here. So very simply, you'll scroll down. You can pick your payment preference. I'll just keep it right here on PayPal. And then I'm going to put in, I already have an account, obviously, so I'm just going to put in whatever you, just to log in, just to sign up. Okay. So this is the account registration page, all right? So you're just going to fill out this short page right here, very simple. You're going to confirm your email. If you have a PayPal, a lot of people have PayPal. You have a PayPal account, just go ahead and plug in your PayPal email, and you're going to put your name, first name, last name, address, city, zip, all that good stuff. You're going to create a password, because you're going to be coming here every day to check when you're getting paid. Okay, so you want to check all these boxes too. You want the notifications when you get paid. So check those boxes, the terms, and then hit register. Okay. Once you hit register, let me log in. Okay, when you hit register, it's going to bring you over here. It's going to tell you that you have not met your offer requirements. Mine says I did. Congratulations. So it's going to say you have not met your offer requirements. Now, you need 2 credits. I'm going to show you what that means and how you meet your offer requirements. Now, here's all the companies that work alongside with ZNZ and ourselves. Okay, so you can see these are real companies. CreditReport.com. You got Freester, which is affiliated with Walmart, Video Stripe. There's Disney Movie Club, Disney Books, Credit Sesame, Dr. Seuss. I mean, these are all real companies, okay? Real companies, GameFly is on here. The game show, Protect My ID. Somebody yawning. This is pretty cool. There's Vet Pet thing if you have animals. This is really cool. A lot of people have been signing up for this lately. Okay, so let me just show you how you get your credits. Now, there's no obligation. Everybody has to try, not buy and keep these offers. Just try. Okay. Because this is how we get paid. We get paid when people try the trial offers, okay? So the Fortune 500 companies are going to let you try their products and services for free or low cost. And if you like it, you keep it. That's totally up to you. And if you don't, you cancel it, and that's it. You never have to do offers again. I did offers, I have a couple of different other ZNZ sites. I did Netflix when 2011. I did CreditReport.com. I did, I did a few of them, but I canceled everything out. The only thing I kept was Netflix. I didn't have to. That was my decision. I did the offers to get my credits, but I kept Netflix. Okay, but you don't have to keep any of them. You just need to meet the requirements so you can go ahead and start promoting to others. Okay, so you can start making money because the companies understand that people are going to come and try the offers and cancel. Okay, but there is a percentage of people that are going to keep the offers. Let me just, there's a background noise. Muted it. Okay, much better. Okay, so as I was saying, and the thing is, the reason why, hold on, sorry. Okay, so somebody said, why don't we have a lot of free offers? First of all, there is a lot of free offers, so I don't know where you're looking. There's a lot of free offers. If you look, you could see Free Grant is free, there's GameFly is free, Free Credit Score is free, My Score is free, Megaflix is free. So I don't know if you're looking at a different page, but Ancestry.com is free. So you can literally get started for free, okay, on ZNZ2. You can get in ZNZ2 and get started for free. So did that answer your question, Cassandra? Cassandra said something. Why don't you'll have a lot of free offers to choose from? So there's a lot of free offers. So you can get started for free, okay? But take a look at anything you may like. You may like something, people that have kids, I actually did the Disney Movie Club. I got Dr. Seuss. I did my creditreport.com. So take a look. I know a lot of people that do the Dr. Seuss and Elmo's, because they have kids and stuff like that. We got a lot of stay-at-home moms, okay? But you can literally get this done for free. You just do the trial offers. And some of these are going to require credit cards, okay? And some of them are not going to require. So Credit Sesame, there's no credit card required. You just sign up. You get to look at your credit score. And that's it. You're done. If you decide, they'll send you some emails if you want to continue on. And you continue on. Get My Insurance, there's no credit card required, okay? But a lot of them are going to require a credit card because in case you like the services and you want to keep it, they got your credit card on file, and they'll charge you. If you don't, you cancel, and you'll never be charged a dime, okay? So these are real companies. So anyone that's, questioning that, I don't want to put my credit card information, well, I don't think, Walmart, Disney, Dr. Seuss that's been around for 100 years, GameFly, GoDaddy. I don't think these companies are going to take your credit card information and take your money, okay? These are all secured sites, okay? They're 100% secured sites. Let me click on creditreport.com, all right? So let's say when you start the offers, you'll click on the offer. You'll continue with the offer. Now, it's going to tell you this credit report is a 7-day trial. So you have to keep it for at least 5 days. After 5 days, you could go ahead and cancel, and you're not going to be charged any more than $1 because this one is $1 to try it, okay? So you can see these are secured, not unsecured, okay? So these are secured sites. Click on Get All 3 Credit Reports. You put in your information, okay? And then after the free trial, 7 days, 5 days, you could cancel in 5. You can't do this one and cancel tomorrow. You have to keep it for at least 5 days. You can view your credit score, all that good stuff, okay? So those are secure sites. Now, some of these you could cancel the very next day. If it doesn't specify, you could cancel. If you're not interested, you could cancel the very next day, okay? But if it does specify, some of them do specify, just put your mouse, hover over the offer, and it's going to tell you the requirements. To receive credit, you must sign up for the trial with a valid credit card. Okay, so they'll specify this is 7 days. You have to keep this one. You have to keep for a minimum of 7 days. Okay, so they'll specify. Okay, so after you get your credits done, you meet your offer requirements. Then you're going to see it'll say congratulations, you met your offer requirements. And then you could proceed, okay? Proceed to step 2. Now, step 2 is the ZNZ Big Cash, which pays out a lot more money. This is how a lot of our members are making over $100 a day, okay? The ZNZ 2, if you complete that, like I showed you, you could get in for free. You find, all the free ones, you could get in for free, okay? This site pays $37. Okay, so if somebody signed $37.50 to be exact. So if you sign up and then you start driving traffic to the site, hey, you get 3 people, 3 people to sign up and complete the offers, that's $112.50. Okay? So now the ZNZ Big Cash, when you're done with this, you'll see the second video here for ZNZ Big Cash. You click on that, it'll bring you to the ZNZ Big Cash. Now, ZNZ Big Cash pays $75. Okay, so same thing. You'll go here. You'll put your email in, but you don't have to put in your information again. It's going to acknowledge that you have an account. So you'll just log in with your password, and then I'll show you. Okay, same thing. You'll see offers. Now you can't do the same offer from the other site, but look around and find more offers that you could do. You need 1 credit for here. Okay, so once you get this site done. Okay, now you qualify to make a total of $112.50. So now if you get 3 people, now you're making $337.50. Okay, so this site you're gonna have to pay some money. I mean, I had somebody that get in and they get they paid like maybe under $20. I think it was like $15. Okay, now if you're like $15, I mean, what is that? A cup of coffee? People that smoke cigarettes. A cup of coffee and what? Cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? I think you can sacrifice a cup of coffee and cigarettes for one day to get this done, to be able to change your financial, situation if you're struggling right now. Okay? If you can't, do the trial offers here because, you got to spend some money, hey, do what you got to do. Get in, at least for free. Figure out you can do the free trial offers, at least get in, make some money, and then do the ZNZ Big Cash. But we highly recommend to just get it done so you can start making money right away. Make bigger money, okay? But at least get the ZNZ1, the first step done, so you can start making money at $37.50, okay? So once that's done, once both of those trial offers are completed, you got your requirements for both of those sites, then you can go ahead and set up your marketing system. That's when you want to get excited, because once you set up your marketing system, you'll click on here. It says set up your marketing system. Your sponsors' information will be on the bottom. You'll set up your marketing system. 3 videos you're going to watch. Take you about 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, then you can start marketing. Start posting your ads and start making money quickly. Because like I said, the company pays us out daily. Somebody completes those trial offers, you're going to get paid that very next day. Okay? So let me see. There were some questions here in the chat. Let's see. Okay, now Diane says, if you buy something with product, do you have to return it? It depends. Some of them you can keep because they charge you enough. Like, let's say one of the offers, the pencil language learning, it's not up there right now, but just using that for an example. You pay $9. They send you out a product. You get to keep it. Now, if you want to continue on, there's a monthly fee. But if you cancel it, you keep the product. It's yours. You keep it. Some of the products will ask you, if you decide you don't want to keep it, then you just mail it back. Okay, and there'll be no other fees. Most of them have like a return thing that you could just return it back to them. Okay, so that's a good question. And if you're not interested in getting anything in the mail, like then just look for the offers that like creditreport.com, Credit Sesame, stuff that you don't get stuff in the mail. You'll find stuff here that you could do. But a lot of them, the stuff some of them stuff you could keep, some of the stuff you would have to return. Okay, put it this way: if you do GameFly, you could they rent games out, so they obviously you got to send that back, but you could at least play the game if you're a gamer, play it and then return it, and then you're done. If you don't want to keep it, you don't have to keep it. I actually GameFly was one of my offers too. I did it a while back. I did it for a little bit, and then I didn't keep it because I'm not really too much of a gamer. I like to make money instead. But let me see if there's any other questions in the chat. Here. Okay, now is that 5 business days or actually days? It's actually days. So Saturday and Sunday would be considered a day. So like if you what's today? Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So if you did the trial today would be considered a day. So you would have to call and cancel on the 5th day. But like if you're talking about creditreport.com, it's a 7-day trial. So even if you forget to cancel on the 5th day, you still got 2 more days to cancel it before there's anything charged. Okay? I mean, it comes with responsibility. I know, some of you might be like, oh, I got to do trial offers and I got to remember to cancel. What if I don't cancel? Am I going to get charged? Absolutely. If you don't pay your cell phone bill, what happens? They're going to cut your cell phone bill. you know. So it comes with responsibility. But you know what, guys? It's one time. You don't have to continue to do. Well, I did my offers in 2011. Okay, 2011 is when I first started. Okay, I never had to do offers again. You know, so actually I did some offers because I wanted to, you know, but I never had to do offers again because sometimes I do offers, you know, instead of going, you know, why not just do it from the company that pays me, you know, because I did the Pinsler and a couple other things. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. Let's see what else we got here. The e-cigarette product you have to return. Okay. Amanda says the e-cigarette you have to return. You call and you return number on the mail. Okay. Yeah, so if you do the e-cigarettes or they have this Renew Cig or whatever, this is an electronic cigarette, you do have to return that. Okay. Thanks for that information, Amanda Lynch. Okay, so anyone that has any questions, let me unmute because everybody's totally blocked, so you guys can only do it in the chat. Let me just make sure. Okay, if anyone has any questions verbally, that's not training, of course, because we're going to get the names of people that are left. So *6 on your telephone keypad will unmute your line. So just hit *6 if you have any questions you want to say verbally. And then we'll continue on. But while you guys are thinking, I mean, you know, the thing, go ahead. Somebody has a question?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
This is Gwen. I'm on my landline.
Okay.
When I have a lead that has done the Zipnata Zilch, the ZNZ2, but
okay.
not have yet. I have actually two referrals that did the ZNZ2.
Okay.
And one of my referrals did not finish completing the offer.
Okay.
Which is pending. He said you have to wait till transactions complete, and then he's going to follow through with finishing the ZNZ Big Cash.
Okay.
Okay. And he has not finished meeting the requirements for the ZNZ Big Cash, but the second offer only did the ZNZ2. I still do I have to wait for the one of the offers to finish the ZNZ Big Cash to receive any type of payment? Because I haven't gotten any payment yet, I want to say, from either of the completed offers for the ZNZ2.
Okay, when you say, okay, so they met the requirements of 2 credits, correct? Like
yes,
it shows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so did you submit, because sometimes people forget or they don't realize because you're still brand new.
Exactly.
Did you submit your identification, because you have to
yes,
sit,
they have my ID.
Okay, so they have your ID?
I didn't post it, but they did pay me $75 for my gift.
Okay, they paid you the $75. Okay, was the $75 for the ZNZ2 or for the Big Cash?
It was for the ZNZ2.
Okay. All right, so you must have two. You must have 2 of them. If it was $75.
Yeah, I have 2 ZNZ2 offers that were met with 2
okay.
referrals. Yeah.
Okay, so you got paid. You got paid on that. Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah. But it was
okay.
So actually,
so
$75.
Okay. So now the one you're waiting on, which one that you said was completed and you haven't been paid yet? Was that for Big Cash?
It's no. The ZNZ2, those offers for 2 of my referrals were completed. So I chose my gift, and it was a gift I got from ZNZ to my PayPal account of cash.
Okay. Yeah, correct.
And the ZNZ Big Cash, the referral, one of the referrals have not completed the offers yet.
The Big Cash. The Big Cash.
Big Cash.
Okay.
And I'm still working on the second offer to follow through and do the offers.
Yeah.
But I have not got paid for the ZNZ2.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're confusing me now because you said you got paid for ZNZ2.
That was the gift.
That was, which the gift is the cash. When you choose PayPal, they pay you cash.
Okay.
That's
I thought the gift was a gift that you get for getting one referral.
Oh, no. The gift is like there's ways that ZNZ works alongside a lot of different people. Some people do we're marketers, so we choose the cash. We want the money,
Yeah.
But there's other people that do trial things and stuff like that to get a gift, like they get an iPad. Like I'll show you I don't know if you're on the computer screen, but I'll show you what that means as far as the gifts. Yeah, you're not gonna yeah. Okay, let me show you real quick here. Hold on, actually, let me log out real quick. Okay, so what happens is when you scroll down here, it tells you pick your price. Okay, we're marketers. We want money, so we choose PayPal or the check. This is the gift. Like some other people that are just doing trials just to get a gift, they choose the gift option. So you're not going to get a gift. The gift is the money if you choose the money. That's what you get. You get the cash. Once you choose PayPal, that's how you get paid. You get cash. That's how all of us choose the PayPal, the PayPal option, so we can get paid the cash.
Okay, now I got a little confused there. I didn't know. I was confused whether it was a gift or actual payment of the referrals that you.
No, the cash is the gift. That's that's what you choose. Whatever.
That's payment. That is your payment.
Yeah, that's a payment. Exactly.
The difference between getting a gift and actually getting paid is two different things.
Yeah. Well, it's considered it's a gift. That's what it is. It says it's you select your prize, because when people are doing the trial offers, like I said, there's all different types of people that are doing it. Some people just that are not even doing the marketing part of it. They just do trial offers and they receive a gift instead of cash. Okay. So that's what it is. So there's cash gifts and there's prizes like an iPad and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. Any other questions? *6. All right. So we're about an hour in. I'll give it another minute, and it's going to be 10 o'clock Eastern time, and then we'll start getting the names of the non-members that are here. And the members, we're doing another thing, cash giveaway. So you guys, I know Thursday there was a whole big mix-up with the links. So for the training, the training.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a mess. It was just that Michael Babcock is blind. You know what I mean? So he got, and that was his first time. He was actually doing a training that. For someone that's blind, I mean, you would never think this guy is blind, but he.
Definitely. I was really amazed at everything he knew and can tell us about. I was like, wow.
Yeah. So, all right. So, anybody else? Let me check the chat. *6 on mute your line. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna.
John, excuse me.
Yes.
Before we go, she made a very good, valid point. So, expect. This is Monique, John. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She made a good point. So, the gift is separate from your payment from the work that you put in.
No, you don't get the gift. There's nothing separate. You pick how you want to get your prize. Do you want cash or do you want to get paid an iPad? We don't choose, obviously, an iPad. We choose getting the cash. So there's nothing separate about it. You pick a prize. The prize is cash. The prize is getting a check in the mail. The prize is getting an iPad. So that's what that is. It's not, if you pick a gift, and you get a gift. But no one should be focused on a gift. I'm sure 99.9% of the people that are here want cash. So as long as you leave it on PayPal, that's it. This is actually, in the 4 years that I've been doing this, I think this topic only came up twice in 4 years. So I really don't want to stay on this topic for too much longer, because just keep it on PayPal and that's it. There's no other, if you want a gift, I mean, if you want to pick the iPad, you can. ZNZ's not going to say no, but we're here for the money portion of it, So, all right.
Okay.
All right. Cool. All right. Anybody else? Anything else? Let me check the chat one more time. Okay. Cool. So all right. So 10:01. So we're gonna take the names of who's left on the call. So only non-members, because Tuesday for the training we're going to do a cash giveaway for you guys, the members. So tonight it's a non-member. So if you came here through an email or, if you just started like today and you're in the process of setting up your system or in the last, 48 hours or so, you could be included in this because you're considered like new, very like not even in yet, but you're kind of going to be in. So. All right, so I'm gonna anyone that can unmute their own lines, we'll start with that first, and then at the end I'll unmute everybody to make sure that we have everybody here. All right, so anyone that can hit *6, go ahead and do that. Should be able to unmute their line.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, I'm a non-member.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Okay, would you like my first and last name?
Yes, please. And who brought you here, too?
Not too sure. I do have to look at that.
Okay.
Okay, my first name is Chioma, spelled C-H-I.
C-H-I?
O-M-A.
O-N-A?
O-M as in Mary, A.
Okay.
My last name is O-K-O.
O-K-O.
R-O-N.
R-O-N.
K-W-O.
K-W-O.
And I was here I was brought in by John.
Okay. How you pronouncing your first name again? I'm sorry.
Chioma.
Chioma. Okay. Chioma. Okay, I got you, Chioma. Right? Okay, Chioma, and you came through John. Okay. All right, who else is here that could unmute their line?
Hey, John, is this only for brand new people to come out on the line?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Unless you just started within the 48 hours.
No, that's cool.
Who's this?
That's Jamal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Tuesday night we're going to have one for members, so be there Tuesday night for sure.
For sure.
All right.
I'm still listening, that's all.
All right, who else?
This is Diane Medlin.
Diane. Okay, Diane, hold on a second. And who brought you, Diane?
John.
John? Okay. Okay. All right, got you, Diane. So Chioma, Diane, and who else is here? *6, so I'll mute your line. It's looking good for you guys. I think some people might be muted out. *6. If not, I'll unmute. I'll wait. And if you guys cannot unmute the line, I'll just unmute it for everybody. Give me a second. All right. Anyone else? If not, I'll unmute the line. So hold on a second. Let's see here. Okay, everybody is unmuted now. Anyone that didn't state their name, just do it now.
John, it's Monique Fredericks.
Monique, who brought you, Monique?
Nikel.
Oh, okay, yeah, Nikel. Okay. Monique, okay. Chioma, Diane, Monique. Okay, who else? Looks like that's it. I'll give it another minute or so.
Shayla Campbell.
Did you say Shayla?
Yes.
Oh, Shayla, okay. And who brought you Shayla?
Yvonne Roy.
Okay. Yvonne. Awesome. I believe Yvonne should be here somewhere. Okay, Shayla.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, hey, Yvonne. Yeah, definitely connect with Yvonne after the call or tomorrow. Take action. All right, who else is here? The line is unmuted, so everybody should be able to speak. We got... Going once, anybody else? Shioma, Diane, Monique, Shayla. Okay. I'll give it 1 minute, and then that's it. We'll close it out. See who the winner is. All right. I'm going to mute it out. I think that's it. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to chop it up. If anybody comes on, you have until I chop up the names. Okay. Okay, so I got the names chopped up. And so, all right, so names are chopped up, and, either way, if you win or you don't win, you're going to be a winner one way or another if you get started, The thing is, this is a real opportunity. People are making, good money with this. It could be extra money for you. It could be a full-time income for you. It could be a six-figure income for you. It's really, really up to you, And, there's no excuses. Anyone can do this. We have, people that are blind that are doing this. We have people that are, college students that are doing this. We have people that are, retired and that are doing this, So anybody can do this. There's no excuse, Don't think that you can't. Stop saying you can't. I won't. I might. I'll try. Maybe later tomorrow. Start with saying I will today. Okay, because you don't want to procrastinate. Procrastinators never get rewarded. So understand that. There's a real opportunity right in front of your eyes, and I'm living proof of it. Of 4 years. And I was just like everybody else. I found this opportunity on the internet, did some research, and then was able to, be successful with it. And I've helped a lot of people be successful with it. So obviously we can't do the work for you, but if you just follow what we teach and stick to it, you'll make some good money. So let's see who the winner is. Hold on a second. Put it there. All right. Shaking it up. I'll pick it up. All right, and the winner is. You guys ready? I don't hear nobody. Going once, going twice. Okay. On the count of 3. And the winner is Monique. You are the winner. So star 6 if you're there. Monique came through Nykel.
I'm here, John.
All right, there you are. Congratulations, you are the winner. $20.
Thank you.
$20. You're welcome. $20 prepaid card. Now, I'm going to give you an email address. You're going to send an email. All right, to Top Money. That's TOP.
1 second.
Okay. I'm going to type it in the chat, but I'll also give it to you.
Go ahead. Top Money.
Okay. Yep. Top Money. 123.
123.
At gmail.com. All right, just let me, just email and just say I'm the winner from the contest, and you'll get a reply probably sometime tomorrow with the instructions, and then you'll get the card sent to you in the mail. So. All right, great. Congratulations. Get with Nykel. And everybody else, definitely take action, get started. We're going to work with you to help you make some money by the weekend. So I'm going to shut it down. We're here every Thursday. Tuesday is our training. So members, be there Tuesday for the Tuesday night training. $25 through either PayPal or through we're doing the cash, the Square Cash. So if you don't have the Square Cash, get it. If you can't get it, then PayPal is the other option. So, all right, guys. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Someone was going to say something, or?
Yes, John. That was me, Monique.
Yes. Okay.
The Square Cash from the training Tuesday. You had to be invited for it, or can we just put it in a URL and sign up for it?
No, yeah, you have to be invited. So you have to get the person's link. Okay, and then because if you go to the site directly and you download it, they're not going to give you the $5. They might give you $1. I'm not even sure if they even give that, but you have to. So
just get at me.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you get with Nykel. Nykel, once he gets that together, he's going to send you a text message with a link. You have to have a smartphone, so either iPhone or updated Android. And then what happens is as soon as you download the app, we make a transaction. Boom, they automatically give you $5, and Nykel's going to give $5. Now, you could do this with anybody. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You could go on Facebook. There's Facebook groups. I get a lot of people on the Facebook groups. I just, inbox a lot of people. Hey, you want to make a quick $5? And they're like, what? How? Boom, I send them. You guys can use my video presentation. I send them the little thing, and boom. They're like, oh, okay. It's pretty easy. $5, So if you get, 5 people a day, 10 people a day, $25, $50 a day, it's not bad extra money, So, all right. So we're going to talk about that more on Tuesday as well. So get with Nykel, and then you'll be good to go. So, all right, everybody else, you guys have a good night. Nykel, later. And I'll see you guys Tuesday.